You're listening to A Deeper Dive, a part of the Winsight Podcast Network.
What happens when a giant brand suddenly gives you a marketing gift? Hello, this is Jonathan Mays, Editor-in-Chief of Restaurant Business, and in this week's episode of A Deeper Dive, I am joined by Barry Westrum, the Chief Marketing Officer at Taco John's. Barry joined me on the podcast at the National Restaurant Show less than a week after Taco Bell asked the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office to cancel Taco John's registration for the term Taco Tuesday. Taco Bell is many times the size of Taco John's. Taco Bell's campaign almost instantly gave the less than 400-unit Taco John's a lot of attention. We talked with Barry about how the company responds to an opportunity like that and what the company thinks about the whole thing. We also discuss how things are going at the chain and what kind of interesting things they have coming down the pipe. We're talking Taco Tuesday on A Deeper Dive, so please have a listen. Okay, we are here with Barry Westrum. Barry, welcome to the podcast.
Awesome. Great to be here. Thanks, Jonathan.
All right, so when did you hear about Taco Bell's Taco Tuesday ploy?
Yeah. We got wind late Monday evening. Something was afoot, and it gave us an opportunity to regroup quickly as a marketing, legal, digital kind of organization and plot a strategy. And by the time the story broke Tuesday morning, we followed quickly with our response, which we felt did a nice job kind of, capturing our point of view that tacos are fun. And we are going to reply firmly tongue-in-cheek with a very solid marketing response. And we've been pretty pleased so far.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. You're a marketing guy.
Yeah.
You must have loved it.
Yeah.
I mean, because Taco Bell is a huge brand with a big voice.
Yeah.
And you guys are really a fraction of their overall size.
Yeah.
And suddenly, boom, they gave all of this attention to Taco Tuesday and your brand and things like that. You must have loved it. I'm sorry, you must have.
We recognized that this was a gift from the marketing gods, and we jumped at the chance to say thank you, Taco Bell, for reminding America that Taco Tuesday is best spent at Taco John's. And so to a certain extent, that has been the key to our PR strategy, has been let's have the debate. And, so far, as we measure social sentiment, we've seen 95% positive sentiment toward our brand in this debate. So let the debate rage on.
So, for people who don't know, tell us a little bit about the story of how Taco John's got to be the owner of the Taco Tuesday brand.
So Taco Tuesday's been rolling around, in the American lexicon for decades. In the late 1970s, a couple of our franchisees kind of took the idea, Taco Tuesday, 2 tacos for 99 cents. They spelled it TWOSDAY. And they started to see some success from it. One franchisee in particular, guy by the name of David Olson in St. Paul, Minnesota.
Minnesota represent.
Amen. And he really galvanized a number of franchisees around it. Convinced the company to put money behind it. We started to see Tuesday be the best-selling day of the week. It evolved to Taco Tuesday, TUES, and in 1989, we were granted the trademark to Taco Tuesday 34 years ago.
Okay. And so, all right, when you got wind that they were doing this, how could you talk a little bit about the process from a marketing perspective?
Sure, yeah.
Or what do you do? Because you basically had roughly half a day and you did come up with your response. Could you talk a little bit about how the process, because I know these things come up where you're like, all right, this is an opportunity.
Yeah.
We've got to come up with something now.
Yeah.
What did you do?
Yeah. We had, shout out to my team at Champion PR. Their team rallied around late Monday night. We had a draft press release ready to go by 8 p.m. It was our legal team, our digital team, we were approved by 9 p.m. and, we were ready to go first thing Tuesday morning. The strategy was, you know what, let's have some fun with this. And how can we use this as an opportunity to promote the brand, but also state our very definitive point of view that Taco Tuesday is something that's very, very important to our brand. It's important to our business. It's important to our franchisees, and it's important to our fans. And we are going to defend it. And we're going to do so in a way that's very consistent with the brand. Do so in a way that our franchisees would be proud of, and do it in a way that will help us grow our business. And so, thrilled with the way the team galvanized, the speed with which we worked, and it's been a very fun week.
Yeah. So you crafted an offer.
Yeah.
For customers.
Yeah.
Or you basically extended your Taco Tuesday offer to the end of the month. We
just felt like the opportunity was to make now Taco Tuesday available every day in the week, and so we put an offer in our app that went live that morning where you could get 2 tacos for $2 any day of the week, May 16th through the end of the month. All folks had to do is download the app and redeem the offer at any one of our 370 locations across the upper Midwest. And the response has been terrific. We think our customers are voting not only with and social media, but they're voting with their feet. We've seen a 25% increase in our app downloads, thousands of redemptions of the offer, significant increase in same-store sales growth. It's just been a great opportunity for folks to take sides in the matter, and the majority of them are taking sides with us, which we think is a great way for our fans to celebrate who we are and what we do, but more importantly, reintroduce the brand to parts of America where we are growing. I know we'll talk about that in a second, but we've opened a number of locations outside our footprint, and this is a great way for Americans to, if you weren't familiar with the brand, you certainly are now.
Yeah, and that's the one of the interesting parts is like you're basically a regional brand, right. In the Midwest and in the West. And so suddenly now you have this big national change. Like it was one thing when LeBron James did it.
Right.
But this is this is something else entirely. This is like Taco Bell coming out and saying, we're doing this, essentially giving you loads of free advertising, but also like building awareness for who you are.
Yeah. Well, and, the exposure outside our footprint has been terrific. I've been interviewed by the Washington Post. I've been interviewed by The Guardian, which is a United Kingdom-based publication. And we've had opportunity to talk about the brand, talk about Taco Tuesday, talk about our app, talk about the tacos that are available on our app. And it just has been a great opportunity for us to espouse the benefits of the brand, but also talk about our growth strategy, about our opportunities to grow in any city in America as we position ourselves as essentially a better option in the Mexican quick serve space.
Mm-hmm. So now, like in any kind of scenario, whether it's this or not, you're a franchise. Do you have to like tell your franchise, like how do you communicate with your franchisees? All right, look, we have this really good opportunity. We are going to put out this discount on our app. How do you deal with that?
Yeah, that was a critical part of our communication strategy, was external and internal. And I think we had our external press release out at 8:15 Tuesday morning. Our internal communication was out at 8:30. We have received nothing but positive feedback from our franchisees. The overall sentiment has been like fight like hell, and that's what we intend to do. And they see, I think, what we see, which is this opportunity for the brand for its fans to re-engage. And I can't tell you the tweets that we have seen from fans saying, I stand with Taco John's, and I'm going today, and I will continue to go until this plays out in our favor, kind of thing. So our franchisees are 100% behind us. We get texts every day with some of the quotes that have made its way around Twitter and around the media circles on a national basis. So I think they're enjoying the ride as well.
Mm-hmm. Have you had it as you ever have anything like this happen to you before? Like, was there ever a situation where you had a marketing opportunity? I mean, I know like you have issues and challenges come up, but like where you have like a marketing opportunity and you have a very short period of time to take advantage of that. Anything?
More often than not, it's when you create an opportunity, you create an activation, and you kind of catch a little wildfire, and you take off from there. There are very few opportunities in my career where the opportunity is handed to you, and what has just been terrific is our internal reaction. The team, and again, legal, digital folks that don't necessarily want to think about things over an extended period of time. And these are folks that have just jumped on this and have encouraged marketing to take the ball and run with it. And we've been thoughtful, we've been planful, but we've been aggressive. And so far, it's paid off for the brand.
Mm-hmm. So one of the things you said is like on occasion you introduce something and it takes off further than you. Have you ever? I'm guessing that there's no real science behind that, because on occasion you just see these marketing ideas, or like a new product idea, and for a reason, like the Popeyes chicken sandwich, for instance, is a perfect example of this, where it took off well beyond their wildest dreams and caused supply chain challenges. Obviously, you can't really plan for that, but like how. Have you ever figured out like what drives that?
I think this one is all about the David versus Goliath story, and what has been just interesting to see how even if you are indifferent on the matter, even if you are not a fast food consumer, folks are coming out and saying, "Whoa, wait a minute! This is," and these are their words, not mine. Corporate bullying. And it should not happen. It should not occur. And so I think this has captured a little bit of, the little guy standing up for something that, we've talked about it all week. Our forefathers had the foresight to register the trademark, and there is no reason why we should have to give it up. When you think about it, there are many other advertising or marketing lines that have become a part of the American lexicon. Just do it. I'm loving it. Where's the beef? Should those companies give up those marks? I think not. And so let's stop saying that this is something for the people, because it certainly is not. It's, as some of our fans have said, corporate bullying at its finest.
Yeah. So let's shift gears. How are things going at Taco Bell right now, or Taco John's right now?
At Taco Bell, I can't comment, but at Taco John's, they're going great. No, we're, the brand's just has a lot of exciting things going through it. We talked about it when we were together last year, but we just opened a new restaurant support center in Minneapolis, Minnesota. All of our operating functions are in Minneapolis now. Marketing, finance, supply chain, operations, training. We just opened new state-of-the-art facilities there in St. Louis Park. We have a new test kitchen in St. Louis Park. We're doing all of our product development and research there out of St. Louis Park. And, Minnesota is very important to us. It's the highest concentration of stores in the state. And 60% of the chain is within a 6-hour drive. And it's a perfect springboard to our eastern and southeastern expansion. We opened in Nashville, Tennessee last year, Boston, Massachusetts earlier this year, Cincinnati, Ohio, a store out near O'Hare, not too far from where we are speaking today. So the brand's in growth mode, and it's an exciting time to be at the brand.
Mm-hmm. So what's the... I did visit the test kitchen. It was I visited the whole facility, but like the test kitchen was really cool. I mean, it was really, the way that it's sort of configuring the kitchen to make things a lot simpler for workers and stuff like that was pretty fascinating, pretty interesting stuff.
No, we're thrilled to have access, and I said state of the art, but I mean not unlike the things that we're seeing across the show, right? Automation is just such a critical component of what we need to do in order to improve the quality of the product and simplify the operations. We're working on a piece of technology where voice recognition would acknowledge when a consumer orders, 3 soft tacos. 3 then soft shell taco shells would go through the automatic toaster and come out for the crew member in order to build. So these are the types of automations that we are working on that are going to have a direct impact on the things that are important to us, improving the quality of our products and improving the ease of operations for our crew members.
Is that device in the wild? I mean, I saw that in the test kitchen because it was really cool, like tied right into the POS system, and it automatically starts preparing the taco shells.
Yeah, we're close. The most important step is that for the machine learning to take place, to understand when all the derivatives of when a consumer were to order a soft taco. I'll have a soft taco, I'll have a soft shell taco, I'll have a crispy taco, but make it soft. I mean, whatever that might be. And it's that learning that takes time, and that's the process that we're in right now.
Yeah. I mean, that's like one of the bigger challenges of AI. My view right now is that AI is rapidly coming. It's no question. There's a massive amount of development on this.
Yes.
But like Americans talk differently from one place to the other so much.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, like you got like Eastern Wisconsin. People in Eastern Wisconsin call what me and you would call a water fountain a bubbler for some dumb reason, right?
Right.
So and that translates into how people order food and it's just like the tacos is just a perfect example. Like especially as you're expanding because you're going into places like Boston.
Correct.
And those people have their own language.
Yeah.
And it's just really difficult, I think, for devices to learn what to do.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing, kind of learning like the colloquialisms and the menu hacks that go on. And so, not unlike animal fries at In-N-Out, right? That's not on their menu, yet their systems are going to have to learn what that means. And there are a number of things on our menu that our consumers are going to have to experience that. Our learning is going to have to allow for that so that it's seamless in the restaurant.
Yeah. So you're at the restaurant show. What kind of things do you look for when you come to this show? Do you come often, and what do you look for when you come?
Yeah, no, we try to get here every year. Obviously, the last couple of years, very difficult in that regard. But we have a lot of new folks on our team that came to work at our new restaurant support center in St. Louis Park, and so operations, supply chain, marketing, kind of walking it down every aisle and seeing things that everybody else sees, but trying to look at them differently. So, great example. There was a wonderful folks that are making ravioli. We went to the Italian section, and at first I was like, okay, why is a Mexican food chain walking through the Italian section? But our chef noticed a really cool ravioli, crispy ravioli outer shell for the purposes of, you can put all kinds of things in them. They had a wonderful product that had chipotle chicken in the inside. And we've been doing some work around empanadas, but empanadas can get heavy and thick and greasy. And this was a wonderful light shell. And so who knows? That might be something that is on our menu in the not too distant future. So that's the thing. There's the obvious things you want to go see, but what do you see that everybody else sees, but you look at them differently and make them unique for your brand?
Empanadas are great. Feel free to put them on your menu.
Good.
I endorse that.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're big fans.
Yeah. I mean, ravioli tacos, probably not. But,
Right. Yeah. I will say we are spending some time in the pizza space. There's been a lot of interesting articles in the industry recently about pizza through the drive-thru. We've taken note, and we're spending some time in that. And so don't be surprised if there's some news coming from us in the not too distant future on pizza through a drive-through window. And I'll leave it there. It's certainly Mexican inspired, but pizza from the drive-through window nonetheless.
All right. And anything else stick out for you this year at the show at all?
I think just sustainability. I think I've seen 16 sustainable straws, and we took samples of all of them. But no, it's important, and as the costs come down on those, and consumers continue to demand those. I think that's a trend that's good for the industry, good for the consumer, and good for the planet. And I think the pace of acceleration on that is needed. And, we're taking note.
Yeah, super. Barry, this was fantastic. Really appreciate you joining me this week on the podcast.
All right. Thanks, Jonathan.
And that should do it for this week's episode of A Deeper Dive, which was edited, as always, by Kimmy Spoons Kazmarek. Artwork by Nico Hines. You may find this and other episodes of the podcast on our website at www.restaurantbusinessonline.com/article/deeper-dive. You may also find them on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or anywhere you get your fancy listening show thingies. I'm Jonathan Mays, host, podcast producer, and the editor-in-chief of Restaurant Business. Thank you for listening.